Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. Today is 2nd of November. A very happy Dhanteras to all the listeners and viewers of this channel. And we're shooting episode 126. So it's a long way we have covered in less than 5 or 6 months that we started. And today's topic is going to be, can you still win even if you start at a peak? So, a lot of people have this concern that if I start in the market now, can I still make it on the other side, or is it a all lose a proposition from here on? So we'll analyze some data from the past and try to draw lessons from there. First, let's take a look at what happened in the markets today. So real estate stocks came back with a bang. I think last couple of days we've seen a lot of strength in the real estate segment, especially after Mr. Parikh's comments on the potential of real estate going forward and some results that have come out. PSU banks are having good momentum with small profit booking days in the middle, but continuous rise here, almost 17% up on the PSU bank index within 1 month, and that is the best performing sector in the last month. Metals have been yo-yoing between an on and off day. Metals and commodities flat for the month. FMCG and pharma have distinctively softened since the last month, down 4% odd each. But overall, in the last 3 months and in the financial year, the real estate segment has taken the cake. 60% up in the current financial year real estate index. That's an amazing run in a sector which has not seen any action for the past decade. And my sense is that this will translate into more on ground real estate inflation. I could well be wrong. In terms of the indices, Nifty was soft, down 0.25% after a good run yesterday. Nifty Next 50 was flat. Sensex 500 also was flat. So I think people have started the festivities already, and it is going to be a slow week, and it's a short week. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the Muhurat session on Thursday evening, and that's the end of the week. Small caps, however, did very well. Smalls and mid cap segment were up about 1%. In terms of the weekend investing, small cases, MIMT all cap was up 2%, MI35 was up 2%, MI25 was up 2%, NNF10, MI20, MI50 all near 1.5%. MIATH2 has been very sticky. It has done the worst in the last 3 months, last 1 month and 1 week. It actually is a high risk strategy, but it requires very strong momentum to play out like it did before the start of its launch, and that hopefully will come back again soon. But the history of it shows that it is volatile, but it can come back up very, very rapidly. NG 50/50 has done very well this year. It's a Nifty and gold free portfolio. It has done 15.8%, and my bet is that if there's going to be a lot of volatility in the equity market and we see a dive down, this will be one portfolio which will give you a very good hedge, having the gold component in it. So let's take a look at today's topic. So I also did a video recently, episode 113, and all these episodes are available on the Weekend Investing Hub, the link for which is down there in the description. Please go through all these videos. Most of them will not impart any new knowledge to you. You already know this. But by repeatedly listening to the same principles, it gets enacted in your actions. That is the advantage that I think there is for such learning. So, we divided the last many peaks. So, for instance, uh, we had a peak in January 2008. We had that was a global financial crisis. Market fell down some 60-70% in that year. Then we had a temporary peak sometime in January 15. So 15 was a down year, and then at the end of 15 we had demonetization, etc. So it was a nice 20-25% drop that year. And then very recently we had the COVID crash starting from mid-Feb of 2020. So this is basically the plots from these three entities, and you can see that regardless of where you are starting, the inherent growth in our economy is such that you can't keep the index down. And the index itself, by the way, is a sort of a momentum portfolio. So the bad eggs in the index get chucked out, and the stocks which are growing, doing well, come in. So the index itself is a sort of a it's an evolution theory in practice, where it is self-evolving, and all the weak stocks are getting shunned and booted out of the index. Strong sectors, strong stocks are being brought in. So the index is a very good sort of a instrument to invest in case you are not going to do direct stocks. The index itself it will not tie you down. It will keep growing because our runway of growth in our economy is very, very long. I mean, we can't forecast even for the next few decades that we will stop growing. So if we now try to see that what happens if we started a SIP of 10,000 rupees and invested in the Nifty, and this red line is a hypothetical 7% return, let's say from a provident fund or a bank, FD, whatever, fixed return, assuming 7% over this period. It could have been more at times, it could have been less at times, but just for theoretical sake. So you can see that even if you were here at a 2015 peak or 2011 peak, we went alongside for some time, and then the SIPs in the equity, the green line, they broke out in terms of the value, and versus the 7% growth CAGR here versus just the flat total contribution. So this is just the no interest contribution, and you can see even the 7% growth, it does take you slowly into an exponential curve. Your 10,000 rupee SIP over 10 years does become 19,75,000 over a contribution of 13 lakhs. But the real gain, comes from equity, where your 13 lakh contribution actually became 29 lakhs 40,000 over this period of 10 years. So you can see many blips on the way. So 2015, 2020, and what you can see is that many times when your equity curve dips below the fixed income curve, that is probably very good times to add more capital, because this is where capital is underperforming in equity, and that won't last too long. So this was just another example from one. Then in March 2015, for instance, if you started investing, and that was some sort of a peak, and 15 going downward. So you can see that the green line here is lagging the fixed income 7% portfolio for a good till about 17. So about 2 years. About 2 years sips into Nifty, and you still haven't beaten the bank sort of. But then gradually it starts to move up, and there is a consistently higher value then the bank, of course, the 2020 fall again takes you below the basic returns, but brings you back very quickly within 9 months. So a couple of years in both the scenarios that we've seen is where you would have missed out. And in this last Jan 2020, if you started at the peak just before COVID, you can see that you would have lagged the bank maybe for 6 months. That's about it. So 6 months in, you're doing SIPs of 10,000 rupees each. 7th month, you're already beating the bank. And in a year, you are 30-40% above the bank. And in a year and a half, you are 10% above the bank. And by the end of the 18-month period, you are almost 30% above where you would have been in a fixed income environment. So the small point being that there is not much sense in trying to time the market in case you are not a full-time investor, you are not glued into the market at all times, you are doing your business, your work, and market is a vehicle to beat inflation, to beat the bank. You cannot really time it. So don't try to wait for that opportunistic moment when you will dump your all cash in, because I can tell you guaranteed that when the crash comes, if it comes, you will not be able to deploy. 99.9% people will not be able to deploy at that point of time, because the fear takes over all the sensibility of buying stocks low at that point of time. So do not get into this narrative in your head that market is overpriced or overbought right now, so I am going to be very smart and I am going to wait for the fall. I can tell you, you will probably not be able to deploy at least as much as you want to in a fall, because deployment in one shot will always be very risky. Even if after a market fall, even let's say market falls 30% and you deployed all your investment in it and it cracks another 20%, you will be in a terrible shape emotionally, that you threw away all your money without waiting for the bottom to happen. And once the bottom happens, the market will recover 20% in a flash, even before you can blink your eye. And then you will be stuck with the idea that, oh, I have seen the bottom 20% lower, now how can I buy 20% higher? So you have to have a process of coming into the market, and that can only happen if you start from today. So this is my small Dhanteras advice to you. Please don't procrastinate. If you are not invested in the market, start now. What worst will happen? Your initial few SIPs may go down 50%. No heavens will fall. I can tell you, in 3 years' time, you will be thanking me that you got motivated to start at that point of time. So all the best. Wish you a very happy Dhanteras. Hope you make a lot of money. Hope you have good health, good wisdom, good wealth for the rest of the year. And I'll see you in another video. Bye.